All right, y'all ready? Let's do it. I want to talk about self love. And I want to talk about why it is so important that we get to a point in a place where we are loving ourselves, number one, as the primary, and that we are not incorporating having people in our lives to serve for our own happiness. To me, that's important because our deficiencies and our inadequacies sometimes take people who are not self sufficient, who don't love all aspects of themselves, will go into relationships and friendships wanting and needing those deficiencies through other people, wanting to be fulfilled in ways in which they can't provide for themselves. So, this expectation for others to provide it for them. What happens is, first of all, you are doing too much when it comes to others, not even thinking about their feelings and how much it takes for them to fulfill the obligations and inadequacies that you have. But you also push people away because there is so much that you expect and you're not even giving to yourself. And then at the end, what most people find is that everything that they thought that they needed from other people doesn't even make them happy, because the key thing in self-love is loving self. There is no substitute for you. There is no substitute for the care in which you can provide for yourself. There is no substitute when it comes to the way in which you can love and honor yourself. People should be an addition. They should not be the filling point to your inadequacies. They should be that plus. Never 0 plus 1 is that 1, right? It is 1 plus 1 is 2, and you are stronger. Okay. Self-love also means, moving from a point in which you've now looked at the inadequacies and the difficulties that you're having with yourself and loving, hugging, and just, sitting in that space of just honoring who you are. Whether it was that you went through a moment or a period in which you didn't like yourself. There are various reasons. I mean, we can name them. But when you got to a point where maybe the decisions that you made, maybe the way in which you were showing up to other people, self-realization made you feel that you didn't love yourself. Maybe there was a part of your appearance, something that you didn't like on your face or your body, that made you not love yourself in entirety. And maybe it was just, again, some decisions that just threw you off course and made you stumble, and you set in a point of contention and not loving yourself. The part of self-love is getting to a point where you realize, okay, I've gone there, I've done that. I see myself in the mirror, whether it is a physical scene that I'm looking at myself, and the things that I didn't like about myself, I am starting to appreciate it now because it is what makes me unique, right? Or how we are looking at ourselves in the, inside, the spiritual sense of, this is the way in which I operated with people. This is the way in which I operated with myself. And now that I see that part of me I didn't like, I am coming tenfold, and I am seeing the beauty of what I could be on the outside of not being the way I operated. So now I serve in my highest self and highest capacity with love. I also want to say this as well. I have found, because I don't want to be dismissive on this, I have also found that for me, it doesn't speak for everyone else. Everyone is at a different place. Everyone is at a different level. It's not the same. My love for myself and my self-love comes from a point in which I understand that God made me just the way that He wanted to make me, and that I cannot align to and be a mirror to other people. I am humbled that God made me how I am. And so maybe sometimes if we put ourselves in the biblical sense of the understanding that God knows and honors all, and that He made and created us in His own image for His own knowing, that we accept what is. Now, on a more spiritual sense, we have to take account of how we show up and who we are and how we are. And we have to tweak it. We're not perfect. That's the thing about being people. We're not perfect. There are some things that we have to tweak, but at the end, it's how do I really feel about myself? Do I love that aspect of myself, or do I need a little bit more working into getting to where I need to go? Self-love is just appreciating, number one, the journey that you've gone through, and appreciating, how in which you have moved from one place to the next, and you see the growth within yourself.